there's a new Terminator coming out. Arnie's back.
It's alright.
Emilia Clarke's playing Sarah Connor.
Nothing wrong with Khaleesi.
Joe Courtney's in it. Terminator Genisys was directed by Alan Taylor. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Emilia Clarke, and Jai Courtney.
Come with me if you want to live.
Terminator Genisys is the 5th Terminator film in a very lucrative series started by James Cameron. It is a Terminator film essentially based in between Terminator 1 and 2 in a weird sort of timeline sense. It gets very confusing, but essentially it's a Terminator film.
Yeah.
Killer robots and all that good stuff.
The story and the writing in this was a mess. It's like they tried so hard to make it
Like
make sense.
you can imagine like a board group saying, just pitching ideas like I want to do this and this and this and let's do this and a bit of this.
Yeah, they like tried so hard to make it make sense, and it's just like you're trying, like they said they were trying to add to the original, and like they're taking it away.
It was very messy. It was very all over the place. It's like they tied up a knot, then opened up a new one to later tie that one whilst opening 3 more. And
It's all weird analogy.
it's a web, essentially. You've got millions of twists and turns that it could go down, and it's just a web of all these different things trying to come together.
John, you can do this. You just go and you don't look back.
It had some redeeming factors. Arnie was back. That was
Yep,
cool.
Arnie was very cool. And they made sense of that. They made sense of the fact that why Arnie was there and his aging, I guess. It wasn't much, but it was there.
It just completely disregarded the first. It didn't disregard it, but it made the first one mean nothing.
I wouldn't say the first one, I'd say more the second one.
Well, both of them.
Yeah. It's just, as soon as they open up, because there was a bit of time travel, obviously, in Terminator stories is always time travel. The time travel thing kind of gave them an excuse to do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Arnie was fine. He was Arnie in it.
Yeah, he was a boss and took hits like a Terminator.
I didn't have a problem. Like, Emilia Clarke was good.
Yep.
But when I did not think Sarah Connor. Like, if you think of the original Sarah Connor, you're telling me they're the same character?
Well, that's the thing. It's open to interpretation again because it's like a different timeline. She was changed early in her life. You can argue so many things, but yeah, I mean, it was different to the original perception of Sarah Connor, and even Kyle Reese was completely different. Jai Courtney,
I'm sure he's a lovely person.
Every time, me and Charlie think the same on this.
He's not a terrible actor. He's just got.
We
something...
see Jai Courtney and was just like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
He's got that face that I don't like. I don't know. It's like a personal issue.
But it's not, because everyone says it.
Well, there you go.
There's nothing about him that feels like I want to get behind this guy.
Yeah.
He's just like if you could draw up Mr. Cardboard action hero, it would look like Jai Courtney. It's just like, yeah, I'm sure he's a lovely person, but I can't get behind that bloke in anything he does.
Effects, great. I mean, it's what you expect. The liquid metal sort of thing, dealio that was in number 2, was very, very good. As brief as it was.
Yeah, the special effects were really good. Like,
yeah,
they used old Arnie in it. That's not a spoiler because it's in the trailers, and
yeah,
it looked good. Like, it looked as good as it could. Like, there was a bit of lighting, but that's like being really technical.
If you're staring at the CGI of the young Arnie,
you can tell
you could tell it was fake, but it was very, very well done, I thought.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're always gonna computer generated images are always gonna not look real,
Yeah.
but they did very, very well.
It is nice to meet you.
I've been trying to teach him to blend in. I know it needs work.
Some good points of this film. I thought they they touched on the originals a lot.
Yeah.
And I liked
but
that.
I did as well, but like majority of the times they touched on the original, it's just like, forget that. It's not there anymore. It's just like, okay.
The opening, what do we want to say, half an hour was, I thought that it was a reboot.
Yeah.
In the first half an hour, I'm just like, they literally showed scene for scene the first Terminator.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had no idea what was happening. And then it took a curve, and I was just like, oh, okay. But I thought that I think the fans will appreciate that as well. The whole kind of keeping in touch with its roots kind of thing. Like, going back in time, this did happen. And so we're not going to disregard that. But then it kind of went down that path further in the movie. But
I mean, it was always going to happen. It's just like, let's try and make the best of both worlds. But not get the original guys. Let's change it. It's never gonna. It's always gonna be sloppy. All these fucking timeline references. They shot themselves in the ass making it.
I'll be back.
What?
overall, what would you rate this film?
I'll give it a 6 because I guess it's a pass. Like, it's not a terrible movie, but it's not a good Terminator.
I guess, like, you're holding it next to
They wanted
the greatest action movie of the 90s, Terminator 2.
Yeah, arguably one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, there you go. And it didn't add to it. I agree with that.
It hindered it. Like, some of the relationships that were in this, no spoilers, affected relationships that were in Terminator 2. Hugely.
I am going to rate this I'm kind of conflicted on this. I'm going to say a 5.5 because comparing it to the other Terminators and in their kind of canon story, it didn't quite fit neatly.
Yeah.
But as a film, as itself, as a modern day action film, it was not bad. I mean, it was no worse than, say, San Andreas, for example. But that was its own film. Because this is taking into reference of all the Terminator stuff, that brings it down because of what it could have been and where it was. Yeah. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this review on Terminator. If you like what we're doing, let us know. If you want to see us doing anything in the future, tell us what you want.
Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that happy bullshit. And don't forget, if you don't, Arnie's going to terminate Nick's